Pablo Escobar. Sí, patron. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Narcos lately. A lot of Narcos. I miss the good old days. You know, I think it's incredibly funny too. Like I used to have these friends that were I mean, dude, it's not a secretive thing about my past. You know what I mean? Like I don't try to hide it because I want people to know that they don't have to suffer in that mindset anymore. And I always like to show people, that there is a way out. So that's why I try to be honest about my past. And like all my substance abuse problems and stuff like that. And I used to have these friends, dude, that were like very, very street level dealers, I guess you could say. And they were always like the dudes that had like Scarface posters on their wall, and you know what I mean, like, homie, you're not Tony Montana. Like that's not, no, sorry, brother. I want to reach out and smack you. All right. Reach for the sky. There's a snake in my boot. There's a snake in my boot. Bro, how do you run?
They'll come looking for me, you know.
Or maybe they'll come looking for those O'Driscoll boys we killed at that ranch down the way.
Who was that? exactly that, Tommy?
We didn't get as far as introduction.
We're gonna starve to death up here, Mr. Morgan. We're okay. We have a few cans of food and a rabbit. For what, 10, 12 people? When I was in the Navy...
I do not wish to hear about what you got up to in the Navy, Mr. Pearson.
We were stranded at sea for 50 days.
And you unfortunately survived.
When we ran away from Blackwater, I wasn't able to get supplies in.
Well, when government agents are hunting you down, sometimes shopping trips need to be cut short. We'll survive. We always have. If needs be, we can eat you. You're the fattest.
I sent Lenny and Bill hunting, and they found nothing.
Well, Lenny's more into book learning than hunting. Bill's a fool. Unless those mountains are full of game that want to read, ain't no wonder they found nothing.
Enough of this. We'll go find something. Come on, Arthur.
Wait a second. Hold on. Here. You're gonna need something to eat out there.
Assorted, salted offal. Starving will be preferable.
Come on, let's go.
You can't go hunting. Look at your hand.
I can't stay here listening to you two. Look, if there's game in those hills, I'll find it. And you can kill it.
You need to rest, Charles.
You think this is rest? Come along. Here, you take this. I can't use it, and you'll have to.
Oh, you're joking.
Use a gun, and we'll scare off every animal for miles around. You're never too old to learn, I imagine. Come on, this way.
How are you holding up, Charles?
I'm okay, apart from this hand. Stupid mistake.
Still bad?
It'll be fine in a day or two. I just can't pull a bow right now.
I sure hope I can. Never really got the hang of it.
You'll be fine.
So, you reckon we're gonna find something to kill that ain't no Driscoll?
There's meat up here for sure. Pearson doesn't know what he's talking about. Now the weather's eased off a bit, they'll be needing to feed. We'll head up this way. Find some higher ground.
Been a wild few days, all right. That ride north from Blackwater, getting stuck in the storm, going out for John, that thing with the O'Driscolls.
You've had a lot put on you. I wish I could have done more.
I didn't mean it like that, just a lot to think back on.
I still don't really know what happened on that boat.
Me neither. Well, Javier told me a bit, but it sure weren't good.
See some of the ground uncovered here. Let's look down this way. The wind's died down too.
That's good.
No wind at all is bad, but if it's too strong, they won't move. Now shh. Stay quiet. Hey, stop here a second. I see something. deer been here? Recently.
How can you tell?
How come not? We'll track them on foot. You're gonna need the bow. Don't leave it on your horse. A gun will scare everything around. Come on. Grab that bow off the horse.
Yeah, okay, boy.
Keep down. Move. Quietly and slow. Careful. You see the tracks?
I think so. Maybe not.
Focus. It's easier in the snow, but once you get your eye in, you'll be able to track nearly as well in grass and woods.
I don't have one. I thought I did, but I don't have one. Hold on. It's a little too dark. And I'm getting a little too chubby.
Wait, look. There they are. Quick, get that bow out, Arthur. Aim for their head or neck. We want a good, clean kill. You can pull back quite hard. You'll feel when it's too much. Now, Arthur.
Bro, what the hell is going on?
yourself, Arthur, or we'll scare them all off. Just wounded it. Better go put it out of its misery. Poor animals in pain.
That's it.
I didn't see the Xbox showcase. Summer Games Fest was very mid, in my opinion.
Pick up one, I'll get the other.
There was only a couple things in it that I was really excited about. Phantom Blade,
Okay. I'll go grab the
and whatchamacallit, Black Myth Wukong.
Not bad, boy.
Phantom Blade. Okay, so Phantom Blade. I kind of that Kinutsugami, Path of the Goddess game looked okay, but I don't know. New World Eternum. I've heard New World is a really cool game. I have it on my Switch. Of course, the Enotria extended trailer. I will be playing Horizon Lego Adventures, and I will platinum that since it's a Horizon game. Yeah, dude, there really wasn't much that interested me at Summer Games Fest. Oh, you fucking cowboy guys. Happy said the same thing, Z. Get out of the goddamn horse!
Okay.
There. In Black Myth Wukong. You know, check this out. I've been trying to order the collector's edition of Black Myth Wukong all day long, and for some reason it doesn't allow me to select it. Like, watch. It'll let me select the deluxe edition, but it won't let me select the option to add it to your cart isn't even there when you try to order it. Yeah, see, it just shows up with this weird fucking menu, this weird wish list menu. And I'm a little pissed off, dude, because, dude, I hopped on as soon As they said you could go in and pre-order it, I hopped on to check. PC. The PS5 doesn't even have the collector's edition or the deluxe edition. You can only get digital deluxe and digital standard. That's it. But I mean, I'm super pissed because, dude, I've been waiting for Black Myth Wukong since like fucking 2021. That's how long they've been talking about this game. They've been talking about it for a long ass time now. So see, look, the collector's edition comes up. The physical PC collector's version. And then when I go to select it, it doesn't pop up, you know, but but I can order. I'll probably end up ordering the deluxe edition because it's letting me do it. I won't get the statue, but dude, it looks badass. Like between that and Phantom Blade, I think we might have a genuine contender for best Souls-like. And I hate to say that, but these two look like they have the potential to be able to knock Liza in. You know what? I'm going to catch some shit for this. I genuinely think that Liza P is the best Souls-like. And I don't know who is trying to say it's a Soulsborne game. It is not. I've seen a lot of videos online and a lot of people on their channels classifying it as a Soulsborne. In order for a game to be Soulsborne, it has to be created by From Software. I'm sorry, that's just, you can have a Souls-like, but From Software are the only companies that can, the company that can make Soulsborne games, because it's their genre. They invented it. They didn't like tag team off of something else. They invented that genre. It is their genre, straight up. Like, I mean, that's like heavy metal. Bro, heavy metal was invented by Black Sabbath. Some people say Deep Purple. But Tony Iommi was the one to drop the chords because he chopped his finger off in an industrial work accident. So he had to drop the tuning of his strings, and that's where the birth of heavy metal started. Like, heavy metal is a Black Sabbath genre. They invented it. It's theirs. Everything else is just in that genre, but it's their genre. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? It's like all thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs type of situation. And I love Liza P. Don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorite games of all time. That game is beautiful. It's amazing. It's got a great story. The gameplay is fucking amazing. The combat is top tier. But it's not a Soulsborne. It's a Souls-like. Hands down. In order for a game to have to be Soulsborne, it has to have been made by From Software. Point blank, period. I don't even care if somebody cloned Dark Souls and they made Schmark Souls. It's not a Soulsborne. It's a Souls-like. Let me know when you start playing through Liza P, Z, because I'll play along. It's not multiplayer or anything, but I'll start my next playthrough. Because I have a blank slate when it comes to PlayStation. All my playtime has been on Steam. And I have to replay through it a bunch of times for PlayStation to get the platinum. And also, hopefully here pretty soon, I'm going to be doing some Lords of the Fallen with Dom. I gotta link up with Dom and figure out when he has some free time so I can get some shit going with him.
Seems to me we should be putting our effort into getting off this mountain now.
Soon. People are still weak, and you've seen how snowed in those wagons are. They ain't going nowhere until we get some more thaw.
You're probably right.
Oh, that reminds me too. Liza P DLC this fall. I don't know the exact date, but it said at the start of the fiscal year this fall, which I think is what, November?
Even if we do get off here, what then? We still have a big price on our heads.
This is a big country. We'll find somewhere to lie low.
Yeah, I'll probably stream this for about an hour. And then maybe an hour and a half, and then I've got to hop into Shadow of the Colossus.
Had a bottle in his hand ever since we fled Blackwater. We give the camp cook 5 minutes to grab the essentials and go, and he doesn't even bring a crumb of food.
Good that we caught more than one. We've only been up here a few days and have already picked up 2 more mouths to feed.
One more. We ain't feeding the O'Driscoll a damn thing. Except maybe that can of salted offal Pearson was kind enough to give us.
The girl.
Autumn and fall are the same thing.
Right.
Autumn is like September, October, November.
She lost her husband, her home.
And then winter is like December, January, February. And then spring is like March, April, May.
She might have family somewhere.
Who knows?
And then summer is June, July, August.
Well, I know who my money's on in that fight. He's weak, but that makes him much more useful. Maybe we can get to them before they get to us.
Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War were really fun games. They were incredibly fun games.
Didn't much last 6 months.
The fact that they had the exact same combat system as the Arkham Asylum games, or the Arkham games, I thought was a very smart choice.
Scores with them for years.
It pisses me off that you can't platinum Shadow of Mordor anymore because there's online trophies and they disconnected the servers.
Real hungry. Stay well back.
Stay there.
Hey, Arthur. You awake back there?
Yeah, just thinking. We ain't ever talked that much, you and me. How long you been with us now? 5, 6 months?
Something like that?
Bet you didn't expect this.
What?
Any of this.
Yeah, he was.
Blackwater mess. Being up here.
Sooner or later a job's gonna go wrong. Nature of life.
I just thought you might have moved on by now.
You want me to move on?
No. No, not at all. I just know you could run it alone, no problem.
I did that for a long time. I'm done with it. Always wondering if someone's gonna kill you in your sleep.
I still wonder that most nights.
I reckon you're okay. This suits me. Sure, I could fall in with another gang, but Dutch. You know, Dutch is different.
Oh, yes. Dutch is certainly different.
He treats me fair. Most of you do. And for a fellow with a black father and an Indian mother, that ain't normally the case.
Well, fuck that, because I'm going to kill that bear now.
We need you now.
That bear
More than ever.
is a dead motherfucker now.
How long have you been with these boys? Why ain't you run off?
Me?
Oh, shit, and I'm happy. I haven't seen the Xbox showcase yet. The only thing I've seen was Doom Dark Ages.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to sit and watch it. I got home tonight, and dude, I felt like crap, and I laid down and fell asleep.
A few other things. and
My
okay.
feet are still killing me right now. Like, all the tendons in my feet are super tight. I have gnarly ass blisters all over my toes.
Stick by him through this. He always sees us right.
No, we're killing the bear. We're killing. I don't care if I gotta throw dynamite at that son of a bitch. We're killing him. Yeah, it's Doom, the Dark Ages.
It's been as hard on the horses as on the rest of
Which I don't know. I mean,
what Dutch would do if something happened to the
all of my, you know, all the people, there's like 15 of you guys that sit and watch the channel. I don't know if there's anybody in here that's really into Doom.
I hope they all make
I've wanted to hop into Doom a couple times, but, you know, I mean, I don't know if people really get down with that.
Then a bull won't take nobody but him.
Where's the bear?
I'm gonna hit time over here.
Brought some food back, boys.
It was one of the... So I'm not going to say it was one of the first games I ever played, but it was one of the first... It was the first PC game I ever played. Like the original Doom, Doom 1, when it first came out. I went with some friends to like a barbecue somewhere. And I'd never met these people before, and the guy had Doom on this old ass PC in his room, and we went in there and played Doom for a couple hours, and I was like, "Oh my god, this isn't Super Mario!" That was like back in 1990, 1991. I was only like 6 or 7 years old.
Come on, let's get these over to Pearson. Thank you for showing me how to use the bow properly.
I only showed you a little. Takes a lifetime of practice to master.
How do I tie the horse in?
Let's go, boy.
There we go. Bro, that's what I was. I was just like, oh my god!
Drop it down in here.
Did you just explode his head? Oh! Oh my god!
Bring it over there.
What a surprise. Find a camp rat loitering around in the kitchen.
Is that any way to greet an old friend? I feel like we haven't spoken for days.
I do my utmost to avoid you.
He loves me, really.
Otto!
It's a sad way
Otto!
of showing affection.
No, it isn't. Now shoot, get lost.
Well, see you gents later.
See, you got on just fine.
Charles is a wonder.
Have a drink, boys. You earned it.
So,
Jesus, what is that?
Navy
check this
rubber.
out. The first time I ever saw Mortal Kombat, like, I actually got to play Mortal Kombat 1 on an arcade machine when it first came out. And there was a 7-Eleven down the road from my house. And I remember hearing my friends talk about it. Oh, they got this arcade machine down at the 7-Eleven. And I was like, what? What's it called? And they said Mortal Kombat. And I was like, what the hell is Mortal Kombat? And they're like, oh, it's this super cool fighting game like Street Fighter 2. But it's a lot more bloody and a lot more gory. And they've got these things like fatalities and you tear people's hearts out. And I was like, we got to go. And we scrounged up as many quarters as we possibly could every day. And we went and played Mortal Kombat down at the 7-Eleven every day. And I accidentally picked Kano because everybody was talking about Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Well, I meant to pick Scorpion or Sub-Zero. I meant to pick one of them because the other person I was playing picked either Scorpion or Sub-Zero, and I accidentally picked Kano, and Kano became my guy. I got so good with Kano, I would rip shit up with him. And when Mortal Kombat 2 came out, my older cousin worked at the arcade in the mall where we lived. And after school, my school was in between. Okay, so the mall was in between my grandma's house and my school. So on the way, all three of them were literally on the same road, about 5 miles apart. So I lived. It was all on this one street that went through the town that I lived in. So I would get out of school and I would walk over to the mall and I would go hang out with my cousin at work for, 3 or 4 hours. And he would just go and he would say, "What game do you want to play?" And Terminator 2, right? And he'd go over and he'd open up the little door and he'd just hit the button like 600 times. And that right there was probably one of the greatest moments in my childhood, because when Mortal Kombat 2 first came out, my cousin made sure I always played that game. Like, there were lines, because that was when it was cool to go to the arcade. Like, that was like the kick it spot for a lot of people, but it was a lot of people that were older than me. And my cousin always made sure that I was, like, people took care of me because my cousin was the manager of the arcade, right? So because my cousin took care of me, these other people took care of me because he would take care of them for taking care of me. You know what I mean? So people would bring me like pizza and all, like, and it was probably one of the most memorable moments I have in my childhood. I felt it was like one of the few times in my childhood I genuinely felt a part of. And I just, getting to hang out in the arcade for hours a day, playing whatever game I wanted for free. I got, whatever those little arcade prizes, I got those for free. And it was just a cool ass time period. You know what I mean? Followed very abruptly by an extremely shitty time period, but nonetheless, it was still a great time period. And, I remember like when X-Men, the arcade game, first came out. I would play that game for hours. I would play Wolverine for an hour, and then I would play Nightcrawler for an hour, and then I'd play Storm for an hour, and then I'd play Cyclops for an hour. And you know what I mean? Because it was like six panels on 2 big ass screens, and all 6 of you could play at the same time as the X-Men. And the first boss was the Blob, and and the very last boss was Magneto. Like, and you had these special abilities that would build up, and Wolverine would like rub his claws together and shoot these sparks out. Like, it was a cool ass game. And like Aerosmith had this weird game where you shot like CDs instead of bullets. And like every time a new Time Crisis would come out, I'd always play hooky, and I would go hang out with him at the arcade, and he'd let me play Time Crisis all day long. But when Mortal Kombat 2 first came out, that game was probably one of, as far as fighting games go, I've never really been a fighting game guy, but I loved Mortal Kombat 2. I loved the mythos of Mortal Kombat. I loved like the whole Lin Kuei mythology. You know what I mean? I loved everything about it. Like when I found out that Reptile was a secret character in the first Mortal Kombat, and then you could play him in the second Mortal Kombat, and then you had this new Lin Kuei ninja named Smoke that was a secret character in the background that you could fight if you know what I mean, on the pit too, and you know what I mean? And then Kano and Sonya were like locked up in the background on a level. Like, it was like the first time that the mythos of a video game other than like Mega Man had really like pulled me in, and I was in it just like a nerd, reading everything I could about Mortal Kombat. It was a great time period, dude. I should really call my cousin and talk to him some more, but
The only thing.
I mean, I haven't seen him in shit 25 years.
Seems to have done a treat on you. You go rest that hand, Charles.
We'll be fine in a few days.
You mind helping me with the skinning, Mr. Morgan? It's easier if we do it together.
Do I get to skin you?
You're always one with the jokes, aren't you? Come on.
This really isn't a job for a man with a burnt hand. I'll see you both later.
You skin that one that you dumped on the floor there.
I'm telling you, the late 80s, early 90s, and I'm not just saying this because I lived through that time period, but the late 80s to early 90s, like 85 to, I want to say, like 94, dude, it was a great time period. It was a fucking awesome time period. I can't speak for other people around the world because I know that there were places that were fucked up, but I know for like right here in the U.S., it was a great time to be alive, dude. You're good, Z. You're good, man. Go handle your business.
Not too bad, Mr. Morgan. Yeah. They always said you were a butcher. You know, you could trade these or sell these.
Super Mario
pretty much
was
any town if
an
you
awesome
made
game, man.
legitimate bit of money, of
Especially
course.
Super
Right
Mario
now, I'm just
World
looking
when
at
it
it
first
off
came
this
out.
file,
When the Super Nintendo first came out, and I remember like the first time I saw a Super Nintendo was at my friend Brandon's house, and he was playing Super Mario World. I was just like blown away.
After all these years.
You know, going from like Nintendo to Super Nintendo,
bit to survive.
badass.
Let's make a good stew. Folk
All
need-
right, Z.
It's been a tough few days.
Chen, how's it going? A hunt, what? Duck hunt? Hunt deer, duck? Like, what are you talking about?
Dutch being Dutch, he is busy making plans, and Dutch being Dutch, those plans involve robbery and treason.
All right, I'll see you later.
Well, I thought you was reading him his last rites. Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect, Mr. Morgan.
Mind away, Reverend. You're still here then?
I owe you.
Yeah. And you'll pay me. But for the moment, just rest.
Arthur, I think it's time for the train.
Want me to come?
Of course I do, but look at you.
I was always ugly, Dutch. It's just a scratch.
Don't lie still, son. Hello, Abigail.
Dutch,
Jackie.
the boy wanted to see you, John.
He's seen me now. Or what's left of me. What about you?
Guess I was hoping to see a corpse.
Bide your time. You'll see plenty of them.
You're a rotten man, John Marston.
He is an idiot, Abigail. We all know it. Now, railway men. Bill, now you ride ahead and set the charge at the water tower just before the tunnel.
Ain't a problem. Why are we doing this? Weather's breaking. We could leave. I thought we was lying low.
Yeah, come on. What do you want from me, Hosea?
I just don't want any more folks to die, Dutch.
We're living, Hosea. We're living. Look at me. We're living. Even you. But we need money. Everything we has in Blackwater. You fancy heading back there?
No. Listen, Dutch, I ain't trying to undermine you. I just want to stick to the plan, which was to lie low, then head back out west. Now, suddenly we're about to rob a train.
What choice have we got?
Leviticus Cornwall's no joke, Dutch.
Who is Leviticus Cornwall?
He's a big railway magnate, sugar dealer, oil man.
Well, how good for him. Sounds like he has more than enough to share.
Dutch!
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob. straight for the back. That's what we're after. Mr. Cornwall's private car.
You and me, Morgan. Great. Have you got a problem with that? Not if you keep your head for once. You worry about yourself, huh?
Enough! After Bill blows the tracks, we're gonna need to move fast. Is everyone clear on what they're doing?
Yep. Crystal.
Yes, boss. Good. Now come on. Let's ride. Feels good, doesn't it? But we need to
I
get
don't.
this done
I'm not.
fast. Now it's thawing before anyone gets up here after us. Oh, look at you boys. See? This is what I call it through. Micah Bell, Charles Smith, Arthur Morgan, Javier Escuela, and what about young Lenny here? Always the first man on his horse.
Just happy we're back at him, Dutch.
You sure you're ready for this, kid?
Of course I'm ready.
Just stay calm. Keep your eyes sharp. That goes for all of you. No mistakes. Now you.
So we do this, then we go back to Blackwater to collect. How many times you gonna ask the same question, Micah? That's a lot of damn money to leave sitting for too long. It would be crazy to go back there now. The place will be swarming with Pinkertons.
We go back.
With Pinkertons?
We go back. And that's the end of it. Money's safe. You'll just have to trust me. And if the O'Driscolls are right, there'll be a stack of railroad bonds on this train. Good money. Once we work out how to cash them. Now everyone, shut up and get your mind on the job at hand. Come on. Here's the water tower. Hold up here on the ridge.
Hey! Idiot! Hey, control that horse!
Is Bill there? Yeah. You want to head down? See how he's getting on?
Okay.
All right, let's go see how Bill is doing.
Yeah. How you getting on?
Yeah. I'm okay.
You sure?
Of course.
Can I help a little?
All right.
Go ahead and set up the detonator by those rocks over there.
Okay, sure.
Now just unspool the wire and then attach it to said detonator.
All right.
Okay, this is good.
All right. That should do it. You head back up to the others. I got it from here.
Boy. Yep.
About time. I have to say, I'm rather looking forward to this. Just be ready to move quick, and remember the plan. All of you, no mistakes.
What's going on? He says all fine.
We'll soon find out.
Watch out!
Everything okay?
I think so.
Thing okay?
Okay, cover your faces.
Okay, cover your faces, cause we're about to blow a bridge.
That includes you, Arthur? Gentlemen, it's time. Good luck, all of you. You all know what to do.
Here we go. Shit! No! What? God!
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Where did you find that?
Morgus said it was fine.
My fault.
You're pathetic. You know that? I got you. Now stop yelling. Yeah, you're okay. Now, let's go slow this thing down.
Where's Javier?
He fell. The others should get him. Come on, we need to stop this train.
You want me to take him? Who's on?
Come on, let's get to the front. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. What the hell was going on? He had long enough to set that charge.
Well, I hooked up the wire, but we won't mention that.
We gotta hurry.
I blew dude's arm off. Look at that.
That's what we're doing, kid.
Let's keep moving. Should we move on?
fault.
Good shooting, kid.
I can see now why the O'Driscolls brought so many boys up here for this.
Get over here.
All right.
What are you doing? Get over here. We don't have time to play games. You two all right?
Yes, let's get the money and go.
We got some fellas holed up in this last car.
Ah, shit.
What are you boys planning on doing in there? Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. Any more of you. I give you my word, but trust me, we will.
I work for Leviticus Cornwall.
Come on, boys.
We got our orders.
Okay. You asked for it.
We ain't
5,
opening this door.
4, 3, 2, 1. Seems our friends have gone deaf. Wake them up a little.
Coming out. You got no way in here.
That's enough. Mr. Williamson, give Mr. Morgan and Mr. Smith some dynamite. You two boys go blow that door open. Now, it don't matter too much to us, but you boys in there might want to take a step back.
Seems good enough.
Here we go.
Now light the fuse.
Unless you got a death wish, I'd step back, fellers.
All right, come on. Just walk on out here. We don't want to kill you. We just want to rob your boss. Get on up there. Search that train.
Look at this place. It's like a palace.
Now I've seen everything. Oh, you two got the safe? I'll search the rest.
Oh, yes. Should be easy as cake.
What are you doing over there?
Just gonna stand there, kid. Pour
Don't
me some
yank on
brandy,
that.
will ya? I'm parched.
Shut up. Me and Arthur did all the work.
Yeah, kid did good. Didn't see you rushing to jump on that train.
He's king. I'll give you that. Okay, let's see if we can get this open. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Ha! Ah. There. See? That's how it's done. Shit. Just a pile of papers.
Bonds?
I don't think so. Here, make yourself useful. At least we all know you can read.
Give me those.
Railroad contracts,
No, this looks like
invoices, blah, blah, blah. You got anything?
Not really. Sugar imports from the Spanish West Indies. A lot of sugar. Some
fancy new boat he's ordered?
Think I got him.
Nice. Thank God. Come on.
Just waiting on you, Arthur. What did you find?
These bonds. They worth anything?
Oh, sure. Bearer bonds. I think we can probably sell these pretty easily. Well done. Now, would you get rid of all of this?
The train?
Yeah, get it out of here.
What about them?
What do you think? I don't know. It's up to you. Kill them, leave them here, take them with you on the train. Just make sure they don't send no folk after us.
Okay.
See you back at camp. When you get back, we'll be moving on. The rest of you, let's ride!
Okay. Get on the train. Quick. All of you. Any bright ideas, I kill all three. So behave. Come on.
Frankie, how's it going?
We won't tell a soul, I swear.
Said quick.
Oh, I can search all these guys in piecemeal without the old man going, "Wait on you, Arthur!" Just, you know, throwing my government name out there all over the place, dude, after we just robbed a train. Well, hello there, 32-year-old white male named Arthur Morgan, born to Josiah Morgan, riding a brown and white. Like, bro, why don't you just give him my fucking birth certificate, too, while you're at it? That's why you have shit like code names. You know what I mean? Hey, is that mole on the right side of your face still there? You still got that tattoo on your arm that says, "I heart mom"? Well, I'll be. Like, bro, why don't you just draw him a fucking roadmap to my house, too, while you're at it, bro? Like, we just robbed a train, dude, and you're just chunking my government name around all over the place. Get the hell out of here. Ah. Well, hey, Arthur, we just robbed the train. And now I'm using your name right here in front of all these witnesses. Dipshit. Bro, I keep thinking I'm seeing my cat out of the corner of my eye. I've never played it either. To be honest, this is my first time playing through it. And it basically, it is GTA. It's the best way that I can explain Red Dead is GTA is a sequel that takes place 250 years later. You know what I mean? That's the best way to explain it. It's the same principle, the same ideology, the same play structure, the same combat, everything. Didn't I have a bottle of water over here? Hey, Bubba, come here. Come here. Grab my bottle bottle of water right there, please, and bring it to me? See it? Can you bring it to me, please? Oh, thank you. You're so awesome. There's your tablet. Here, go have Mama turn your tablet on. That's it, dude. That's all it is. It's
So we getting out of this hellhole?
you know, like how Skyrim and Fallout are very similar in like physical structure and gameplay. I'm not saying that they're the same. Like, I get one as post-apocalyptic nuclear war future. The other one is a mystical land of magic and dragons. But, you know, like how they feel the same when you play them, it's the same ideology behind this.
Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
Reach through the sky! There's a snake in my boat. Oh, man. I mean, it's not really like my preferred game of choice. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not really for me.
Me with the boy? Just go. Come on, kid. You can buy me a whiskey.
I'd much rather have you know, a new Final Fantasy or a new Soulsborne or Souls-like.
Get us out of the street. Watch out for the rock. Gotta keep us moving, but calm. Ah, shit!
Okay, let's take a look.
You all right back there?
Does everything look all right?
Well, what's going on?
Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel.
All right, let's get it fixed.
You need help?
I reckon we can handle it. All right, Charles, you and me hold the thing up while you try and put the wheel back on, Arthur.
You still strong enough to hold up a wagon?
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Well, say less. Pick the wheel up. Nearly there. There.
See? You ain't so useless after all.
Not quite.
What do you think?
If they wanted trouble, we wouldn't have seen them.
Poor bastards. We really screwed them over down here. Come on, let's not push our luck.
What happened?
Well, get in. I'll tell you. Not too far now. Stay on this trail. We'll follow the river, then cut left inland.
Yep.
So, yes. The Indians in these parts got sold a very raw deal. This is the heartlands we're going to. Good farming and grazing country, they lost it all. Stolen clean away from them it was, every blade of grass. Killed or herded up to the reservations in the middle of nowhere.
And how's that different from anywhere else?
Well, maybe it's not. I just heard some of the army out here was particularly, unpleasant about it.
Unpleasant? How do you rob and kill people pleasantly? We don't, in spite of Dutch's talk.
I fear I was perhaps trying to simplify something more complicated for the benefit of our blockheaded driver here.
Hey, don't blame it on me. Never forget.
Do you want my honest opinion, or
Charles, born and bred.
do you want me to lie?
Sounds fancy, don't mean he knows a damn thing about what he's talking about. So, what happened to your tribe?
I don't even know if I have one. At least, not that I can remember. My father was a colored man. He told me he lived with our people for a while. A number of free men did. When we were forced to move from our lands, the three of us fled. I was too young to really remember much. My whole life I've been on the run. A couple years later, some soldiers captured my mother. Took her somewhere. We never saw her again. We drifted around. He was a very sad man, and the drink had a mean hold on him. Around 13, I just took off on my own.
That was about the age we found young Arthur here. Maybe a little older. A wilder delinquent you never did see. But he learned fast.
My honest opinion is I think it's going to be dog shit. Which sucks because
Problem between you two.
let me pause this for a second so I can still listen to the story. And the reason why I think that is because it's being remade for modern audiences. I'm not gonna lie, I don't support all these new woke ideologies that are tearing video games apart. Games like Suicide Squad and so on and so forth. I don't. I have my own personal beliefs and opinions about it that I won't go into because that's not what I'm trying to do here with the channel. But I think that they're going to totally bastardize what Silent Hill was to the video game industry. Silent Hill is a flagship IP to the horror, not only the horror franchise, but to video games as a whole. There are a lot of video games video games, movies, comic books, and many other things that were heavily inspired by Silent Hill in many ways, shape, and form. That was one of those games that it was something that struck fear in a lot of people, in the sense that those games were so creatively dark and scary that it genuinely freaked them out. You know what I mean? It's like the original Resident Evils and stuff in a way. But with what they're doing with it, if they stick to what it originally was, and they do, like, let's say what Blue Point did with Demon Souls, I'll be perfectly fine with it. But I can't remember if this is totally true or not, but from what I've heard, Sweet Baby Inc., the company essentially behind the Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights and God of War Ragnarok and Spider-Man 2 and all these other games that are just shoving this modern audience agenda down people's throats, they're the ones that are behind the remake for Silent Hill 2. And when you look at franchises in today's day and age, like Star Wars or the Marvel mythos or the DC mythos or Warhammer 40K or Lord of the Rings, it doesn't matter what it is. All of these things are being changed and manipulated to appease a small subset of people and pissing off the main fandom. The Lord of the Rings is a perfect example of this. When they came out with the Ring of Power, or the Rings of Power, or whatever the hell it's called, they totally retconned so much of Tolkien's work that it basically makes his work non-relevant, and they did the same thing with The Witcher. When they hired people to make The Witcher, the people straight up came out and said, we don't give a shit about the video games. We don't care about the lore. We don't care about the books. We just are going to do things the way that we want to do them. And for somebody that's a gamer or a nerd, you know what I mean? A nerd or a game geek or whatever you want to call us, that's a straight slap in the face. When you take something that has a well-established lore and you shit all over it, that's like slapping us, the fandom, in the face with total and with a total lack of respect. You know what I mean? If they don't tamper with the game at any way, shape, or form, i.e. they don't remove certain scenes or they don't add certain things and they don't change things, I will honestly love the game. But if I go through and I start playing that game and I see all this shit is changed and it's different and it's manipulated from the original source material, I probably won't continue to play it because it's, you know what I mean? It's not Silent Hill. It's some deranged psychopath's fan fiction that doesn't care about the original mythos or lore. And no, I don't speak any Arabic at all. I apologize, man. I am just a goofy fat white dude from America. We're not really pushed to learn secondary languages over here, which is a damn shame. You can take them as an elective, but the only elective that I really took was German, and that's because a really pretty girl grabbed me by the hand and said, hey, come and take German with me. I tried to learn a little bit of Spanish just because I dated a lot of Hispanic girls when I was in high school in my early 20s. But they always just would get frustrated and ended up speaking for me. So I never got an opportunity to learn. I did try to learn a little bit of Arabic because I worked for a company that was owned by I think they were from Jordan. I do know that they were Middle Eastern, but I know that there was a few different places that a lot of the higher ups were from. And I think that the main brothers were Saudi Arabian. So I did try to learn some Arabic at one point in time, but dude, Arabic is a hard language. I'm not gonna lie. That is a hard fucking language to learn, bro, because I learned real quick that the tone of your voice can change the meaning of a word real quick. I mean, that's true for any language. Like, we need to talk, or, man, we need to talk, or we need to talk. All the same thing, but all with different tones. But for some, that like, there's just Arabic. It was hard for me because you guys roll a lot of your R's like Spanish, but then you speak from the back of your throat like a lot of other Slavic languages, like Russian and German. You get the in there a lot, and it's hard for me to do that while rolling, el doctor, you know what I mean? Like you guys speak from the back of the throat while rolling your tongue, and I've got tongue piercing, so it's a really hard dialect to pick up for me. Even Spanish is really hard for me because of my tongue piercings, my tongue doesn't roll fluently. It just kind of catches and goes stiff. So I go perro, you know what I mean? Not perro, perro. And Frankie, I say that with all honesty when I talk about that, and I don't care what people do in their personal lives. It doesn't bother me at all. As long as every party involved is a consenting adult, I don't care. I don't care if two dudes want to get together and make out on a couch. I don't care if two girls want to dress up in dude jeans and wear overalls and put on lumberjack sweaters and pretend that they're men. I don't care because it's none of my fucking business. It's none of my business. You know what I mean? But it's when you, and this goes for anything. This goes for religion, non-religion. It doesn't matter what it is. When you start forcing ideas onto other people, that's when things start to become a problem. Like, I would never push my ideologies on other people. There are some things that I feel very strongly about that those are my thoughts, those are my feelings, but I don't expect other people to feel that way either, because I don't know what they've gone through. I don't know how they grew up. I don't know what they've lived through. So I, as an individual, can't do that to other people. But when you're using video games or comic books or anything of that nature to push a narrative, when I use those video games to escape my reality, the reality that I am in, the reality that I deal with on a daily basis, I play video games to escape that reality. But if you're constantly putting these things in from my current reality, I can't escape my current reality to decompress and unwind. You know what I mean? And that's what it drives me nuts. It would be no matter what. If it was politics, if it was religion, if it's sexuality, I don't care what it is. I just want to go into a video game. I want to pick up a plasma rifle and shoot a whole bunch of aliens. Or I want to pick up a big-ass sword and go fight a dragon in a castle and rescue the princess. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's... I just want a good story. That's it. I don't want your religion. I don't want your politics. I don't want any of that shit forced on me. And sadly, that's what's happening today in a lot of media, is a lot of this stuff, whether it's right or left or conservative or liberal or whatever, gay, straight, you know what I mean? Rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Like, this crap is being shoved out there. I just want to go fucking kill a dragon, bro. That's it. And cast some cool looking magic spells. Bro, like, save that shit for the real world out there. You know what I mean? Or I just want to watch Wolverine fight off 6 hungry fucking wolves in the forest. Or, you know what I mean? Watch Superman fight off some more... No. Why did I say Superman? Superman? Really? Superman just come out of my mouth? No. Batman. I just want to see Batman kick the shit out of some criminals. Raj, what is up? Yeah, dude, I mean, you're right. I just, not even just from working, bro. Like, reality as a whole can weigh down very heavily on somebody, you know what I mean? And, like, we as human beings need that time to decompress. And if we can't decompress from the things that are going on around us, that's why people snap and do the crap that they do, because they're not able to decompress from certain situations. No, I wasn't talking about a Superman game. I was just talking like anything, playing video games, reading comic books, you know, watching a movie, something like that. But I despise Superman as a whole. The only form of Superman that I have ever been a fan of was the Red Sun Superman, oddly enough. I honestly thought the Red Sun comic arc was fucking amazing. It was awesome. But Superman, in my eyes, is too perfect. And the fact that they had to write in a substance called kryptonite to be able to beat him really just irks me, because Krypton was destroyed. So where the hell is all this kryptonite coming from? You know, like, oh, let's... He's so perfect. He can't be harmed by bullets. He can lift trains and throw them. What are we going to use to defeat him? I know! Kryptonite! Where does it come from? Krypton! Well, like, Batman. Batman is where it's at. Batman is a true superhero because Batman could get iced at any time. I've played Dead Island 2, but
We still heading the right way?
it's not really my cup of tea.
West in search of fortune and
If you're into like,
are we heading in the correct direction on our desperate escape from the law eastwards down
it's hard to explain.
Yes, I believe so.
You know this area?
A little. I've been through a couple of times. There's a
It-
livestock town not too far from here called Valentine. Cowboys, outlaws.
If you're into those kind of games where you just kind of go around picking shit up and smashing zombie heads in, it's the perfect game for you.
And this place we're going
I'm just
Wait,
like,
what's it called again?
Horseshoe Overlook.
It's a good place to lie low.
It'll do for now.
for me,
How low do you think Dutch is really
I'm
going to lie?
like, my wheelhouse is like Mega Man,
You know,
Batman, Final Fantasy, Dark Souls,
we kept telling him that
Tenchu,
story job didn't feel
you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die. It's the way it is. Always has been. Me, you, Dutch. We've all been in this line of work a long time. And we're still here, so I figure we must have got it right a hell of a lot more than we got it wrong.
Dude, if any of you guys can help me with, I need to figure out how to be able to stream to YouTube with a MetaQuest 3. Because when Arkham Shadow comes out,
Yeah,
I want to stream Arkham Shadow.
I'm at the point where I can do it with my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
In DC comic books, yeah, Joker, hands down. Joker, Mark Hamill's Joker. Oh, no! No! Whoa! Crap. Mark Hamill's Joker, to me, is the best iteration of Joker. You know what's crazy? I actually like Gotham by Gaslight. I thought Gotham by Gaslight was a fucking sick-ass comic. The Long Halloween, the Batman Who Laughs, dude, that is amazing. But for some reason, like the Long Halloween and
Easy now.
what am I doing? Gotham by Gaslight. Another good one. The Killing Joke was really good. Under the Red Hood. Here, hold on. Hold the phone. check this out. I've had this for about 35 years now. This is the original novelization of the Infinity Gauntlet. This was one of the very first comic books I ever got. My dad bought it for me for $10 about 35 years ago. Did you guys know Fight Club had a sequel? The Killing Joke was good. The Long Halloween. I thought, dude, The Long Halloween is amazing. Under the Red Hood. Hey, if you get a chance right here, this one is wild. Batman White Knight. This one is a really good read. Batman White Knight. If you get an opportunity, check that one out if you haven't yet. Hold on. I got some more. Hang on. These are some other really good ones right here. So, Arkham Asylum, that's a really good read, ties into the games. Bro, A Death in the Family. This is a really good saga. Hush, this one's alright. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but it was still a good read. Batman Year One, that's another really good one. And for all the Marvel fans out there, dun dun dun, bro, if you haven't read this, you need to get you some of this right here. Old Man Logan. Bro, this is probably one of the best comic books I've ever read in my entire life. This comic book is off the fucking chains, dude. Oh, here, hold up. The Last Ronin? Hold on. The Last Ronin? Si, senor. Okay. So, we've got Wolverine versus the Predator, all 4 issues. We have The Last Ronin, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, and then The Lost Years, and then The Lost Years Compendium. This is peak Ninja Turtles right here. Peak Ninja Turtles. The Last Ronin is amazing. If you haven't read it yet, read it ASAP. Another really good one to read is, hold on. I got a couple more for you guys right here. Dark Souls, the complete collection. This is basically Dark Souls comic book. And The Last of Us, American Dreams. And this series right here, Bloodborne. All 5 issues. Super good. Also, I have all 3 volumes, but the other 2 are over here. The Batman Ninja Turtles crossover. There's 3 volumes. Really good reads. If you get an opportunity to read these, this is another really good read as well. And then what else? Oh, hang on, one more. And of course, The Dark Knight Returns. Bro, I need to do something where I actually talk about comic books, because I've been meaning to do that for a while now. They are making a live movie of the Last Ronin, and from what I've heard, they're gonna get the original chick that played April O'Neil in the 1989 movie to come back and reprise her role. So, dude, that's gonna be sick. What time is it? Shit, it's 9 o'clock.
Sweet home.
You weren't wrong, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question right now.
It is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big.
It was good.
Micah got you all excited.
I thought they did a really good job. All of those anime like Batman Ninja and stuff like that, I thought they all did a really good job of you know, interpreting those Batman like the Long Halloween, Killing Joke, and you know Death in the Family, Under the Red Hood. All of those movies on HBO, I thought they did a really good job.
From a dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother, but we are safe. We make a bit of money here, then we move again, head out around them, be west of Uncle Sam. In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
So I'm gonna give you guys the option right now, because I'm trying to do.
And, you know, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down.
I don't know.
Come on, gather around.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't think it would be a reboot. It would more or less be like a sequel that takes place way later.
So it is time for everyone to get to work.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble. Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory.
There's a Last Ronin statue actually that costs about $1,400,
Uncle,
and I want it, dude. It's badass. It's like this tall,
it is time.
and it's got the Last Ronin sitting there
Their keep.
with the other three turtles,
Little way down the
you know,
track
in
the
spirit form
Valentine.
right behind them, all with their hands on the. I don't want to say who the Last Ronin is, because if you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't read it.
One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find,
But dude, the statue is so sick,
it's
and for
slice.
$1,400, it better be
Now
sick.
Be sensible out there.
Now, the girls have your tent ready, Mr. Morgan. Come with me. You two will be ready shortly. We put you over here.
I'm sure everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, we can always make more money.
We're gonna have to. Miss Jackson, I've seen shit with more common sense than you. Do it properly.
Dude, you know, I just realized, being a cowboy in like the 1860s, dude, like, your junk had to smell really bad. Can you imagine that? Like, I know that, like, after a couple of days, if I'm like, there have been times where, you know, we worked like 14-hour days, and I just came home, ate, went to sleep, woke up, and went back to work. And by the end of the day, dude, I could smell myself really bad. Like, I could smell myself. So could you imagine being a cowboy with like jeans and boots and thick-ass wool socks and leather chaps and, you know, a jacket and a shirt and an undershirt and an undershirt and a cowboy hat? Like, imagine how bad you would smell after like 4 days of just sweating balls and like 15 layers of leather and denim, dude.
Quite a day.
Let's hope so.
There's a bunch of the boys already in Valentine. Bill, Charles, and Javier. And Swanson found something down at the train station by the lake, apparently. And Strauss came back with that creepy little smile on his face. I'm sure there's a whole list of unfortunates he's forced money upon.
Thank you. And you?
I'm gonna read a book.
Oh, Arthur, my boy. My dear boy.
What's going on?
Okay, you guys, so because I'm trying to split my time evenly between two different segments, I'm gonna hop in to I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna hop into a platinum. I'm gonna work on one of the games that I want to get platinum. Would you guys rather see me work on Lords of the Fallen, Shadow of the Colossus, or Lies of P? I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys can pick one of those three. Lies of P, I will be starting from scratch. Lords of the Fallen, I will be starting on New Game Plus. And Shadow of the Colossus, I will probably just be burning through trying to get the no death run. Honestly, I think that's it too, Frankie, because I think it's the same place. There's an X-Men statue of a Sentinel that's like 3 feet tall, and it's got all the 90s X-Men around it.
Morning.
Lords of the Fallen. All right. So I will be going through New Game Plus. On this, I will be starting New Game Plus. I'll probably only get about an hour in before I got to head to bed. Because I'm working out of town right now, so I have to wake up an hour and a half earlier. But give me about 10, 15 minutes just so I can clean up all these comic books that I just dragged out and go to the bathroom and get something to eat. And I will be back and we will start. Let's go ahead. Well, let's look and see how many trophies we need. So we're at 28 of 63. I don't know what all this stuff is. Yeah, it's mainly just defeat all bosses, Exactor Dunmire. So it's like some pretty oddball stuff. So that's what we're gonna start pushing for and working towards. But we're almost to 50. We are almost to 50. I'm at 43 right now. Well, yeah, let's check that really quick. $43. Yep, we're at 43. Shadow of the Colossus should be 44. Lords of the Fallen should be 45. Lies of P, 46. And then all three of the Metros should be 47, 48, and 49. And then 50 will be Final Fantasy 14 because I've got a special love for that game. And I only have a few more trophies to go to get it. But it's just really going to be grindy. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this here. If I don't see you guys here in a little bit for some Lords of the Fallen, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and conversating. I always love when people stop by and talk about comics and movies and stuff like that, dude. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel, is to find like-minded people like me that were into the same stuff that I'm in. So, you know, your guys' presence is greatly appreciated. But other than that, if you guys... I do want to say, though, that when Shadow of the Erdtree comes out, everything is going to get put on hold until I'm done with Shadow of the Erdtree. Just because, dude, it's been 2.5 years, you know, and the wait is finally over. Frankie, the Stellar Blade Platinum was a lot of fun. It's probably one of the best platinums I've ever done. That game is a really fun playthrough. You can actually do all of the trophies in one playthrough. It's pretty hard, but it can be done. You just have to, there's like a point of no return about halfway through the game. And once you get past that point, you can't do all 3 endings, but there is a way to get all 3 endings in the first playthrough, like Bloodborne. But enjoy, man. I just platinumed that game like a week and a half ago. It's a really fun game. But we're going to go ahead and end this. If you guys want to stick around and come back, I'll be back in about 15 minutes or so. But like I said, if I don't see you guys here, you know, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I shall return and be back with some Lords of the Fallen. Alrighty. Peace.